two leads in today. One from yesterday.
I love it so much.
Keep it going. We'll use that. So back to Monday morning, and what a week. 16 deals done. I did an extra deal on Saturday myself, which rare for me to knock one in, but that happened. And as a business, we're in the green already in December, which most car dealers will tell you actually lose money in December, and we do historically. We'll lose money. We won't lose much, but we'll lose money. So to be like in the green at this point is amazing. Now, I'll be honest with you, I think that will be it for a bit now. The phones and like our Instagram, etc., went really quiet from Saturday, probably about 1 o'clock onwards. And it makes sense because I've been into Leeds a few times this weekend and you can't get parked. So the Christmas shopping rush is firmly with us now. So I'll take that. This will allow us time to get caught up on prep, get everything ready so that then when that kind of madness comes from Boxing Day, then we're all ready, all the cars are ready to go. So yeah, I'm predicting, I think we will finish this month on about 40. I think 40, which 40 for December will be absolutely amazing. So also thank you to everybody who's been watching the videos, loads of nice comments, and let's see what this week brings. So I think this could be the week where it starts to slow down. How have you
Already has.
Yeah.
Yeah, already has.
Yeah.
Two leads in today. One from yesterday and one from today, and
Right.
that's it.
Where are they from?
One was from, in fact, one was a repeat customer.
Right.
So that were a WhatsApp, and the other one came through Instagram.
Okay.
So yeah, in actual fact, brand new leads was fresh customers one.
What's going to go? What's got to go this week? Like, who's with deliveries? Well, the deliveries and collections, just so I know space-wise.
Okay, so we're
OHF?
going from this corner. So OHF, Steve sold that. That's going hopefully this week.
Yeah.
KWA, sticking around, but I've just re-advertised that. That goes out tonight.
Do you know what? I don't get it. Like, everything's right about that car.
Do you know what the ironic thing is, mate? That was the first one we got, and we've sold the identical car, similar mileage.
Right.
Black, we've done a couple of greys.
Has it got any packs on it?
No, but neither did the other two. So I don't know if it's just been lost within the crowd.
Yeah.
But I said I've recambered it for tonight.
Golf-wise here, I'm guessing, is this the one, is that the one from BCA? That's
It
just
is,
come
mate.
in?
So the one behind you, I sold to Ryan,
Yeah.
and Ben came in and asked for that car. Obviously, we know ourselves, we're shooting ourselves in the foot with how we priced it. Was open and honest with Ben, but Ben's dad actually bought a car from me a year ago.
Yeah.
And just knew and trusted us. So I've sourced him that.
Do you know what though? It's a really, really good colour, is that? It's a really good colour.
As I said, it's the identical car, so it definitely shows that it can be done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Other than the colour, obviously.
It's, yeah, I like it.
Have you seen your gift from V12?
Cool.
What you got?
You're not in your words, is my tie on straight? Like, wait a second. So.
Yeah, you've got more stuff in though, mate. Don't be ungrateful.
Wow. They've not even like got a full tin celebrations. They broke it out. Right, I'm gonna voice note now. Hi Paisley, thank you for the gifts. I'll be honest, I'm going to struggle, I think, being able to fit this somewhere in house. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm a little bit speechless. Don't know good or a bad reason. But yeah, thank you. Good morning on this very mild Tuesday morning, and I received a message this morning from the boss, Sam. Sam runs all my finances, and she says I'm not allowed to buy any stock. Just for now, just because we're full. But I looked into my stocking loan and I still had room on it. So I felt this is a good time to talk about stocking loans, because stocking loans are a bit of a taboo subject. And to people not in the motor trade and things like that, then people might say, well, if you haven't got the money, don't do it. So let me explain. Stocking loans. Now, the banks traditionally don't like the motor trade. So if you went into your bank and said, I need £250,000 to be able to buy stock for a car dealership, chances of you getting accepted are pretty slim. And I mean pretty slim. So stocking loans act as a way of you being able to buy stock and being able to fill up your forecourt. Now, how it works, so how the stocking loan is protected against the vehicle, meaning that, so if you load on a vehicle, that vehicle actually belongs to the finance company because they register an interest in it. So that's why you see some cars are not HPI clear. So they do that. They'll perform audits once a month. Some of them will have open banking, which mine do, so they can see exactly what's going on inside your bank, which some people think is a bit intrusive. To me, it's fine. But I'll go on and I'll tell you a little bit of a story, which I'm sure my stocking loan provider won't mind you're telling. So recently, we started buying loads of cars from Motorway because I realised that the margins on these cars were really, really good in comparison to auctions. The reason being is because my stock profile of, like, you know, your 2 to 4 year old Mercedes, BMWs, Audis, etc. Most of them are on finance. And when they're on finance, chances are somebody who's got on finance is looking after them. So they're in a good condition. Anyway, but there's a little bit of a problem when you're buying them. Because they're on finance, what happens is, let's say I went out and bought 15 cars this week and they're all £20,000. So that's £300,000 in what you need. Now, if you had a traditional stocking loan and they weren't on finance, you just go buy them, load them on your stocking loan and go buy some more cars, etc., etc. Now, the problem is with these cars, let me just click my notification off. The problem is with these cars that are on finance, you have to go and then clear that other person's finance and wait for that to clear. That could be a week. So let's say, for instance, you go and spend £300,000 on cars and you've got to wait a week to get them cleared. You have a massive black hole in your accounts. And anyway, going back to my stocking loan provider. So what happened with them was, I all of a sudden started buying these cars and I didn't tell them, I didn't speak to them about it, even because I didn't think I needed to speak to them about them. But because my open banking, all of a sudden my accounts float at a good amount, my cash amount in my bank just kept going down and down and down. So they sent in somebody like on a code red audit to pretty much see if we were about to go bust or something like that. And it was like, you know, I remember them coming in that day and they basically, I get it why they do it, because they have been stung so many times, which I'll go on to. So they came in and they started asking me loads of questions. And I get on really well with the guy, by the way, like, but I get he has a job to do. And he said, look, we're a bit concerned, like, you know, there's no money in your account. So then when I explained and I said, well, look, I've bought this car, this car, this car, this car, this car, and I'm waiting for clearance on it. They understood what was going on and they were fine with it. And now they know that we'll run at a pretty low rate. For me, if I've got a lot of money in the bank all the time, then it means I haven't got enough stock. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't take big dividends out of the company or anything like that. I need to be replenishing that stock. And the traditional dealer, this is where it gets a bit risky. As if you were wanting to be a dealer and want to get a stocking loan, it is risky. So let me explain. You've got 120 days to sell that car. That's what you have, 120 days. And if you don't sell that car, after so long, they take what's called a capital repayment. And it's a percentage of the borrowing balance. So we'll make a rule of thumb. Imagine you borrowed £20,000. And let's say in 45 days, they say, right, we're going to take the money out. And they might want to take 20% of that amount out, which from there means that £4,000 is going to come from your account, meaning you're borrowing 16. But if you've got a forecourt full of cars and they're not selling, and then all this money's coming out of your account, then you could be in serious trouble, which some dealers recently, they went bust because the market conditions changed and they had so many cars on stocking loans, they couldn't keep up to the payments. And essentially, they just had to be shut down. And a lot of them actually, took the stocking loan companies for millions. And so that's why they're so risk averse. The reason I'm comfortable with having stocking loans is, one, I know that I've got more than enough money to cover my bills. Should I not sell a car for 6 months? Everybody's fine, everybody's paid. So I'm fine with that. But more importantly, because I am now anyway, I'm probably what you call a hybrid dealer, where I've got customers on Instagram, I've got customers on Auto Trader. My cars generally, on a good car, it's probably less than 20 days from that car being loaded onto the stocking loan to being paid off. So for me, it's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap to do it. It doesn't really cost me much out of my margin. Whereas if I had a car in for 90 days, 120 days, then the interest cost on that would be so high. And also the capital repayments that keep coming out, then it gets a little bit scary. So that's my take on stocking loans. They're great for me, they work for me. Like I say, the banks were never going to be able to support and give us that much money, even though I could put security on it, no problem. The banks just don't like it. So while some people might say, well, if you haven't got the money, don't do it. When you're selling a certain type of car, and for us, sometimes we could turn over £1 million in a month, like sometimes more. And when you need to be turning that all the time, your stocking loan companies help to be able to generate you the cash flow to keep going, but it does come with a massive risk. So you have got to be 110% certain that you know your stock profile. So if you're just having a go as a dealer and you don't have a clue what you're selling, you could end up in serious trouble. And a lot of the time, they'll want security on your home and things like that. Like one of the ones that I have with BCA, I had to go to a solicitor and pretty much sign, not necessarily a charge, but it was something to say that, they could repossess your home. So it can get seriously heavy. But if you use it in a good way, for me, I find it great. But obviously, anything like that, you've got to seek advice and you've got to know that you're 100% in charge of your destiny. So that's my take on stocking loans.
Okay, yeah, we can take that in. That wouldn't be a problem at all. Is that vehicle on finance or is it owned outright?
So we're looking bare in here. So we're looking bare. You were stressing the other day.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of unprepped ones that have been out there because we just had to dig out the Cooper and stuff to get to Aston Barclay.
You must have not known that I were turning up because we've got some unprepped stuff out here.
Yeah, so we've had to throw a couple out just to get cars out and get on road down to Aston Barclay.
Right.
So out of here, you've got JZG and ULK.
Right.
UBL. So you've got two that are unprepped that are out here.
Ah, it's here. So I
Cooper
saw.
Born.
Yeah, well, I saw the Instagram post. Obviously, well, I put it together for you, the post, and it's the first time that kind of seen it properly in the showroom. And we're going to get. It needs a full final valet on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's only had a quick wash, so you can have photos done. But in terms of prep-wise, it's probably one of the best ones you've bought.
Right.
Meaning I've got an easy job with it.
You heard that, didn't you? You heard that here first. But Auto Trader said it were about a 6 out of 100. So I think might be looking at for a while. I love it. Like it prices well. You can get a good deal on it. The monthlies work out really good. it's been, I think with this car, I think you have to come and look at it to properly appreciate it.
Yeah, you'll find the customer for it. And when they do find it, what they're looking for, it is a mint example of one.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at like your Volkswagen comparison, the ID3 is a like-for-like car with the same chassis, same format, everything. Just Cupra made it look a lot better.
What I'm going to be doing here, where we've got this area now, is with the wood left over, is I'm going to put a timber frame, kind of bring that desk back, timber frame, and then put a glass panel, and then that'll be the handover area for next year. And also, I need somewhere to work. I ain't got an office. Like, literally, when we knocked everything down, I don't have an office at all. I've got my studio, but I can't really work in there. So that. Another thing is I've just bought an Insta360. I've proper turned into a like gadget.
I would just say, it's like you've been on Gadget Show.
Yeah, I'm a proper
like,
gadget.
how many are you buying?
I'm like going to start knocking about at CEX and stuff with lads, drinking Monster. But what we're going to be doing is, so what the Insta360 does is I can put that inside the cars and we can do proper 3D.
360 interior image.
Yeah, 3D, 360, and then it'll just be great to have on like the website. Yeah. And then I'm looking at a company called Impel, where it's got an app and we go around the car and then it'll have it spinning. So just want to do more things because I'm trying to get this journey where if someone's interested in our car on a night and we're not here, they can go on, they can look, they can see all the service history and see everything about the car. They can see 360 inside, 360 out. They can do a soft search and literally they could probably do a lot of the transaction. We'll even be able to give you a really good guide valuation part to actually do the whole process. But I think that you've got to have all the objects inside to make them do.
You need all information for them to make a purchase, don't you? And
yeah, 100%.
if there's a certain bit that they can't see, then it's going to put them off a bit, innit?
And also, if they've got to ask a question, and a lot of our inquiries come in probably after like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm not keen on this whole sort of having an AI. I love AI myself, but having an AI doing it or using like visitor chat where it's somebody abroad and they've got no idea about your dealership. If we can do it and just get the more information on there, then I reckon that'll be a winner in 25. Yeah. Friday, and it's been a really, really good week. Sales have been solid. We're not going to hit what we hit last week, but I'm still really happy going into Christmas period. But I'd say the highlight of the week is I bought one of these, the Insta360. Obviously, I had to buy the version 4. I had to go buy the fancy one to my missus not being happy about it. But we're going to be doing that so that when we're doing the photography, we'll go inside the car and you can actually spin round because we're just trying to create this experience at the moment where if you're just at home on a night, you can see everything about the car just so you can make a bit more of a decision before we're in on the next morning. So as you can see in here now, it's full. Like there's just lots of stuff going on. It's a bit of a tip at the moment, but we'll go around. There's a couple of new bits coming. So we've got this CLA shooting brake, which has got every bit of spec on it. It's got your pan roof. It's got everything as this car. But that'll probably be ready, I'm going to say, just before the end of the year. Then we've had a few new additions that have come in. So we've got the Cupras. That's going to be a model that I'm going to be really curious to see whether our customers pick up on it because I really, really like it. I think as a car, just ticks a lot of boxes for me. It's got that look of a black pack. We don't have to do anything to that car. So it just comes as standard and it looks right. It'll be interesting to see whether our audience pick up on it. I think it'd be popular, but we'll see. Going on there, we have got a handover later on this CLA in the middle here. Now, I'm going to tell you a bit more about how that came about when the customer arrives on site. The thing I'm probably a little bit more concerned about is I could see yesterday that although we knew this was going to happen, I think like he were pushed at the limit with Cal this week, like badly. And I saw yesterday, like when I spoke to him, like a lad who looked a bit, like, I won't say broken, but a bit pushed to the edge. So we obviously had that chat, and I've put a few more things in place where we were getting things prepped by this person doing this and this person doing that. So it was just running here, there, and everywhere. But what else do you think we should be putting in now with doing this with the suppliers to make his life a bit easier?
I think if you had somebody help him with the running.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's not all left to him.
Yeah. Okay. I had a videographer come in and do a trial today who can look at trying to get him 3 days a week, which will probably help doing that. But if we can make the run into a minimal, making sure the suppliers are doing the same thing, that should help him. He needs more desk time. That's the thing. And once he's got more desk time, he can actually manage things rather than just being on a hamster wheel. But I 25 years old. He's got such a big knowledge of what he knows his stuff. You just got to remember, like, he's a baby.
Yeah, it's a tough week. It's been really, really tough. You pushed him.
I won't say I pushed him. I just think that maybe the processes that were going on were a bit too much. There wasn't enough organisation, so yeah, he'll be enjoying his day off today.
Might not come back.
He'll come back. He'll come back. He'll definitely come back. Yeah, please come back. Right, so you sent me a message on Saturday. What time?
About 2:00.
About 2. And at that time, I was watching the Leeds game at home, and I was manning the phone and our CRM system. And normally, like, I don't take inquiries here, but somehow I jumped on this one. And I used to do sales when we first started the business, and I'll be honest, it was one of the most pleasant and easy like things to do, because we'd not finished the car, and then you chose exactly how you wanted the car, and then it was just kind of wrapped up in an hour. To be honest, when I was telling these lot about it, they were like, it was too easy. So then Friday, so what, 5-6 days on, and your car's around the corner, so let's have a look. What do you think?
I love it. Those calipers look sick as well.
Yeah.
I love it so much. Let's see it without the badge on the back.
Yeah. Yeah, so she was very specific into exactly how she wanted the car. But the good thing is we were already kind of on with the prep anyway. So we could manage to get it turned around in a short space of time. So we're really, really pleased with how it's come out.
It looks so good, like with all the chrome gone as well.
Yeah, well, Levi, who's filming you, his brother Mav, he works here, he does all that. So all that's done in house, and I think it's one of those for us, like, as a business, where you just try to stand out a little bit more and just kind of get those with a bit more curb appeal.
It looks unreal. It's exactly how I wanted it to be as well.
Yeah?
So good.
Do you want to have a little look inside?
Yeah.